and thank you so much. We're so glad you're here. It's not fun playing to a bunch of empty chairs. And I'm also so proud of these young people's accomplishments. They have progressed so far since the beginning of the year. So we have a wonderful program. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And let's see. I would like to thank Andy Farley for writing some of the program notes. He wrote about Mozart and Dvorak, and also about Beethoven and Vivaldi, although we ended up not playing those, but he wrote a lot of wonderful program notes for us. Thank you, Andy. Yay. Okay, and now Brittany's going to say a few words about Mozart, with which we're going to start.
What needs to be said about Mozart that you already don't know? His great musical stylings allowed him to become one of the 3 most influential composers of all time. He is also famous for being the first composer to write over 50 musical symphonies by the age 15. Today we will play 2 pieces by him, Amadeus and Mozart's Serenade and Dance.
Okay, so this is a good time for a joke because Riley has to get her music out of the room. That happened to me once. I was playing with the string orchestra of the Rockies, and I'm so used to sharing music with my stand partner. And in this case, we had two different parts, and so I just wasn't thinking about it. And there we are, and they're walking on stage, and I go, "My music!" So I had to run back in the music, the music department of the university and get my music, and then run on the stage. I was kind of embarrassed. But oh well. So, okay. What do you get when you throw a grand piano down a mine shaft? No fair, you've heard about it. All right, say it again.
A flat minor.
A flat minor. Pretty bad. You had a terrible joke. Really bad joke. Okay, so this group played really, really well at district. They're the Star of the County Down Ensemble. And this is an Irish tune that I arranged for strings. So we are missing one person, but that's okay. Oh, first, I wanted to have Riley demonstrate a new technique on strings called the chop. Well, you just play it and chop once.
Should I just do the
Very nice. So you whack the bow on the string and it makes a nice percussive sound.
So that's that. See, I can move this so we're not right in their way for the videotape. Okay. Cool. All right.
So, as I told you, that was a group that played at the district festival, and now we're going to have like 5 more. They're not all of the solos ensembles that play, but there are some of them. And this is the really nice duo. Isaac and Kara are going to play a habanera written by Georges Bizet. Now, Bizet was a French composer who lived in the late 1800s, and he's best known for his opera Carmen. And the habanera is a Cuban dance, and the word habanera means, I never knew this before, love is a rebellious bird. That's kind of neat, huh? So this habanera that Isaac and Kara are about to play is an arrangement of the most famous aria from the opera Carmen. Next, we have Isaac and Ray Lee playing the Telemann Concerto for 2 violas, the first movement. So there's a typo in your program. The Choros is really by Villa Lobos, not by Astor Piazzolla. And Devin, who also plays violin just as well as guitar, was the one of us who made it to state by playing this piece. And Villa Lobos was a great Brazilian composer whose music combines indigenous, melodic, and rhythmic elements along with classical music. And as a young man, he played cello and guitar to support himself while wandering around Brazil, absorbing Brazilian folk music as he went. And later he began to study music composition seriously, eventually writing about 2,000 pieces in every form, from solo guitar to trio to quartets and vocal music and symphonies. A choro is a Brazilian country dance, and he wrote 14 of these between 1920 and 1929. And Devin is now going to play Choros number 1. Next, Devin and Carolyn are going to play the Denier Lamento by Astor Piazzolla. He was an Argentine composer, a virtuoso bandoneon player, which is kind of like a concertina, very hard to play, and an arranger, and he transformed traditional tango into like something extraordinary. They called it the Nuevo Tango. Oh, here's an interesting story about him. When he was only 14, a famous tango orchestra invited him to go on tour with them. And luckily his father decided that that was too young to go on tour, because later that year that entire orchestra died in a plane crash. Anyway, later in his life he lived in New York City and also in Paris, where he studied composing with the legendary French composer Nadia Boulanger. Without further ado, here's the Denier Lamento. Darn, I actually have to talk after that. That was so beautiful. Thank you. So now I would like people who played in the District Music Festival to stand so that we can give them some applause. And that is, everyone who performed there were a lot of the people you've heard tonight, also, and including Josie Barnard, who couldn't be here, Maddie Brown, could you stand please, Isaac Bravo, Rayleigh Bradburn, Kyle Fussell, Riley Handley, Carolyn Kelly, Sophie Norton, Trace Stansberry, Riley Sutton, Megan Sweeney, Tora Taylor, Brittany Tempton, and Kara Webster. Let's give them a- So Tora played a beautiful rendition of the Titanic, My Heart Will Go On, and Trace Stansberry played a beautiful rendition of the Habanera. Both played solos at District. And I don't think I missed anybody else. I think everybody else played. Okay, next, let's see. Oh, I need to present the letter awards. Okay, so 6 people lettered in orchestra this year, and the first is Isaac Bravo. He played JV soccer this year. He played in the All-Star Orchestra at the University of Montana, and he played in an ensemble and 2 duets at District, and he played in the AA Orchestra. He likes camping and hiking, and he takes his viola home a lot and practices. All right, let's give him a hand. Devin McCannett, as I said, got a superior at District, and so he went on and played at State. So that was quite a wonderful honor. Devin played in the All-Star Orchestra at the University of Montana. He played in an ensemble, a duo, and a solo at District, and his guitar solo made State. Let's see, this year as well as last year made State. He lettered in orchestra last year and this year. And if there were the possibility of lettering in unicycle riding, Devin and his brother Connor would probably win one. So, Devin. Next, we have Sophie Norton. Sophie has played in MIS for 2 years, which is Missoula Youth Symphony. It's quite a time commitment. They do a lot of concerts and they rehearse every week, and it's a wonderful group. And she also played in 2 ensembles at District, and she lettered in orchestra her freshman year and this year. Wow, and Riley Sutton is lettering in orchestra as a freshman. She played in 3 ensembles at District. Riley? There you go. And next, Megan Sweeney. She has played in Missoula Youth Symphony for 2 years, and she played in 2 ensembles at District. She lettered in orchestra her freshman year and this year. She was in varsity soccer and lettered in that in her freshman year and this year. She played basketball her freshman year and JV basketball her sophomore years and made varsity track her freshman year and lettered in track that year. And she lettered in varsity soccer this year. It sounds to me like Megan Sweeney is a very busy young woman. And last but not least is Carolyn Kelly, our only graduating senior. Carolyn is lettering in orchestra. She played in 2 ensembles and a duo at District. She went to State in music in 2014. She lettered in gymnastics her sophomore year and played cross country her junior year and lettered in cross country this year and lettered in orchestra this year. So Carolyn.
So, as she said, Caroline has been playing and studying the cello for 8 years and is a wonderful cellist, and we're lucky to have her. And as she said, she's lettered in gymnastics and cross country. Next year, she plans on attending the University of Montana to study music education. And so you've been a huge, big part of the orchestra for the past 4 years, and you put a lot of time and commitment into this. And on behalf of everyone, especially the advanced ensemble, we just want to thank you for everything you've done, and thank you for making orchestra so much fun.
Okay, I think I'll say something about the music while we're breaking, and then I can get this thing out of the way here. So they're going to play three fabulous pieces. The Dvorak. They're going to start with two South American tangos, and two South American tangos. These were written by Angel Velodo, and El Choco and La Comparsita were among the best-known tangos in the world. And La Comparsita was originally an Argentine carnival march. It means the little parade. And El Choco, literally, I read, meant an ear of corn, but it also really means trouble. So El Choco is probably a tough guy, like the owner of a local nightclub or something. So they're going to play two South American tangos first.
Thank you so much. It's just been so great to work with these wonderful young people, and I'm so proud of them. And we're really going to miss Carolyn, and we wish her the best in her future endeavors. And, thank you so much. Have a great evening.